Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tessie and today we are going to be recreating this style. It's a very simple tutorial. If you're new to the channel, you're welcome. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly do that and let's get right into the video. So guys, I'm making use of this fabric. It's an Ankara print and I have with me 6 yards of fabric. I ended up using 3.5 yards. So first thing first, fold your fabric into two, then you chalk your starting point. Then at that point, I'm going to be placing my shoulder measurement divided by 2. The shoulder I'm working with divided by 2 is 8 inches. From that point, I came down to the armhole line, which is 9, then connected my lines together. So I placed my tape at the shoulder line. I came down to the bust point line, which is 11 inches. Then I connected it into a straight line. So what I did next was to place my tape at the shoulder and I came down to the waistline, which is 17 inches. From the waistline, I came down to 9 inches for my hip line. Then I connected all the lines together. So as you can see, I have my shoulder line, chest line, bust point line, waistline, hip line, and my gown length. So for the neckline, I'm going to be making use of 4 inches. So as you can see, I chalked 4 inches and I came down by half an inch. So I came down by half inch. Then I connected the lines together. So I just curved in my neckline. Then at the shoulder area, I came down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, connected it to my shoulder line, and then checked what I have at that chest line, divided it by 2. I came in by half inch, and then I curved in my armhole. At the chest line, I'll place my bust measurement divided by 4. I'll add 2 inches for ease and also 2 inches for my sewing allowance. You don't want this gown too tight. So at the waistline as well, I'll place my waistline measurement divided by 4. I'll chalk it down. I'll add extra 2 inches for ease and also 2 inches for my sewing allowance. I'll connect from the bust line to the waistline. So at the hip line, I'll place my hip measurement divided by 4. So the hip divided by 4, I added 2 inches for ease and also 2 inches for sewing allowance. So from the waistline, I'm going to connect to the hip line. So guys, what I'll do next is to check what I have at that hip line area. So I placed my tape, I checked, I have 16 inches. I'm going to be minusing 2 from it, which is 14. So that's what I'm going to be putting at the down part. So I'm just going to chalk 14 inches because I want it to have this pencil effect a bit. So from the hip, I'm just going to connect to that line. So I'll go ahead now to cut out my fabric. So guys, after cutting out my fabric, I'm going to use this to cut another piece. So I need 2 pieces for both the front and the back. So I folded my fabric into 2. As you can see, I'm just going to place the front on the fabric. So I'll go ahead now to place it on it. So I need the exact thing since I'm not adding zip. But in case you're adding zipper to yours, just go ahead, chalk out your zip allowance. But I will not be adding zip to mine. That's why I added some inches for ease. So I'll go ahead, place it together this way and then cut out the exact thing I have. You can ask anything, no one's between us. Ain't no mess. I'ma tell you all my secrets. No secrets. No secrets. So guys, after cutting out my fabric, this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to take one and use it for the front. So I'll keep this aside for the back. So now for the front, what we need to do is to chalk out 2 inches all the way down. Then we'll be taking it out. So I'm just going to place my tape at the center front and then chalk 2 inches all the way down. So guys, please take note, the reason we are chalking 2 inches is to replace it back with the fabric we are putting at the middle part. So just go ahead, chalk your 2 inches and then we'll take it out. So guys, after chalking my 2 inches, I'm just going to cut out this part. So guys, after taking it out from this neckline, I'm just going to give it a V line effect. So from the neckline, just slant it a bit. There is no measurement for this, just give it a slant. So as you can see, I just give it a V-line effect from that neckline. So I'll cut it out. I'll be cutting this part out. But before doing that, I'm just going to explain again. From this point, I just slanted a bit. So I'm using my chalk to make that line visible. So this is what it looks like. So I'll go ahead now to cut out this part. So guys, after cutting out the neckline, this is what it looks like. So once you open it up, yours should be looking like this. So what we'll do next is to join the front and the back together. So you can see I have my back. So I'm just going to open it up, place my front on the back, right side facing each other. So go ahead, place them together and then pin them down. So you place this side and then you place the other side as well. So I'll be stitching the shoulder area using half inch on both sides. So I'll stitch use half inch here and also here and then shape my dress. After shaping my dress, this is what it looks like as you can see. So what we'll do next is to check what we have all around. So I'm just going to use my tape and check what I have all around. So from the down part, I'm just going to place my tape and then check what I have all around.
You say it's hard to tell just what I'm thinking. You think it's hard to see behind my smile. I'll say whatever you want, let you walk in my heart if you want to.
So guys, after checking what I have all around, I had 135 inches. So the band I'm cutting is 135 inches long. So I've gone ahead to cut out my band as you can see, and I folded it into two and ironed it proper. So guys, once you open it up this way, you see that I have 5 inches. So once I fold it back, I'm going to be left with 2.5 inches. So I'm going to be using half inches to join and I'll be left with 2 inches. Hope you understand. So the band was not long enough. I had to cut another one to make it up. So what I'll do is join the two bands together. So I'm just going to join them to have 135 inches. Hope you understand. So after joining my band, this is what it looks like as you can see. So what I will do next is place the band together, right side facing each other. So guys, I'm just going to place them together this way, right side facing each other. So make sure you place them right side facing each other. We're going to be working on the wrong side of the band. Hope you understand. So after placing them together this way, what I'll be doing next is from the starting point. So this will be my starting point. You check how deep you want your neckline to be. So for me, my neckline, that's the opening, is going to be 13 inches. So I want it to stop at 13 inches. So I'm just going to chop that line. Then what I'll do next is to determine how deep I want my slit to be. So from the starting point, chalk where you want your slit to start from. So from the starting point, I chalked 40 inches. So my slit will start from that 40 inches. So what I'll do is, so from this point, I'll stitch all the way down to this point. So you're stitching at that middle line. So it's very important you iron. So guys, after stitching from this point all the way down here, this is what it looks like as you can see. So what we'll do is flip it to the right side. So I'm just going to flip it to the right side. After flipping it to the right side, I'll give it a very good press and show us what it looks like. So guys, after ironing, this is what it looks like as you can see. And this is the neckline. So what we'll be doing is adding the band to the dress. So what I'll do is just fold the back area. So I'll fold it into two and notch the middle part of the back. So I folded it into two and notched the middle part of the back. After notching the middle part of the back, my band will be starting from that middle part. So you can see I'm just going to place this middle part at the middle part of the back. Hope you understand. Place them this way. Go ahead to pin them down. As a beginner, you can pin them down, and then after pinning them down, you just give it a stitch all the way down. So you stitch using half inch. So I'll go ahead now to stitch all the way down. After doing that, we'll flip it to the right side and then pin this area down as well. So after stitching this part, I'm just going to pin this part as well. and then stitch using half inch. So you stitch using half inch all the way down. So guys, after stitching, this is what it looks like. As you can see, I'll flip it to the right side and then show us what it looks like. So after flipping it to the right side, this is what it looks like. You can see that it is very easy to make. So what we'll do is to attach the sleeve to it. So guys, for the sleeve, I folded my fabric into two. I'm going to be adding the satin to the down part of the sleeve. So for now, I just chalk 10 and a half. I want the full length of the sleeve to be 12 inches. So I chalk 10 and a half and use my free hand to sketch out my armhole and then chalked my round sleeve. I don't want it too tight, so I added some inches for the round sleeve. So I'll go ahead now to cut out my sleeve and then cut out the second sleeve as well. So guys, after cutting, I'm going to be adding this satin to it. So what I have here is 5 inches. On fold, that's 2.5 inches. I'm going to be using half inch to stitch. So I'm just going to place it this way and place them right side facing each other. Stitch using half inch. I'll repeat same process here. Place them right side facing each other and then stitch using half inch. After stitching, this is what it looks like. I'm just going to give it a very good press and then we'll attach it to the dress. So I'm just going to add the sleeve to the dress. After doing that, I'll show us the end result. So guys, this is the end result. This is what it looks like. Let me know in the comment section if this tutorial was helpful. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, drop a comment, follow me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram as So It Is. Love you all. Mwah.
No secrets, no, 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 no secrets, no secrets, no, 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 no secrets.